Whoa, just made my first AI video game with Google Genie 3. The gaming industry has never been so cooked. The internet has flooded with these headlines, and frankly, it's just make me laugh. Google has released the third version of its supposed traditional game develop killer. Let's take a closer look at how close this killer is actually to replacing anything and how little people understand about how games are actually built. A traditional game is a massive complex machine made of countless intersecting systems as 2D, 3D assets, animation, effects, physics, dialogues, UI, and code that glues it all together. That's why creating games takes so much time. Here's the biggest misconception. This technology doesn't fit into a standard production pipeline at all. It's essentially an image generator where prompts trigger random gameplay events, and that's the point. Games are built on logic, but Genie is built on a random seed. You aren't playing a game, you're just watching a pixel lottery. Google took a massive amounts of YouTube gameplay and fed it to the AI and combined it with video and image that already scraped. What you see is a streamed generation with terrible input lag and low quality. It only lasts 60 seconds because the AI doesn't generate the whole world at once. It just generates the next frames based on the previous ones. That's why the world starts eventually hallucinating and starts forgetting itself. The AI loses track of what just happened a few seconds ago, and logic simply falls apart, as we already see on examples of Gen AI. And let's not forget, this cost Google a fortune in computing power and is currently locked behind a location as America and $200 subscription. Genie isn't an engine, it's a glorified video player with controller attached to it. It knows what jump looks like, but it has no idea why you're jumping. In perspective, for this to become a game creator, it would need to understand dialogues, NPCs, inventories, and complex mechanics through a single prompt. For all of this to interact with each other, for world to stay consistent and exist forever. Plus, don't forget that you have almost zero control over the systems, because you can just write every nuance of the game into a prompt and expect the AI to follow it perfectly. On top of that, it all has to run in high quality and high FPS. The reality is, whatever version comes out, if you don't have specific levels of control every aspect, there is no future for creating real games with this tech. To make even this possible, the computing power required would be so insane that we have to cover all the planet in data centers, draining every watt of electricity and every drop of water on Earth, just so a few companies could let us play their AI slop video games for a subscription. And funniest part of all of this, how this actually now affected the stock prices of gaming companies. That deep is a perfect illustration of the massive bubble surrounding generative AI in general, and proof that people don't even want to understand what this technology is actually capable of. They just blindly buy into the hype. For now, the only real use case I see is generating worlds from concept art for references, but it's not making games and it won't touch traditional development anytime soon.